Hello, and welcome to another episode of Fort Riley, the podcast. I'm Colleen McGee with your U.S. Army Garrison Fort Riley Public Affairs Office. Today, we bring you more of a newscast-style episode that includes information from around the installation and beyond. First, we look back at some notable events that happened around this date in history. On the 25th of September of 1981, Sandra Day O'Connor becomes the first woman to be sworn in as a U.S. Supreme Court Justice. On the 26th of September of 1950, during the Korean War, American-led UN forces recapture Seoul, South Korea, from the North Koreans. On the 27th of September of 1988, the search engine Google is born. On the 28th of September of 1781, the Siege of Yorktown begins. A combined force of Continental Army soldiers under the command of George Washington and French troops commanded by Comte d'Abbeville trap a British army led by Lord Cornwallis in the city. On the 29th of September of 1943, General Dwight D. Eisenhower accepted the Italian surrender documents on board the battleship HMS Nelson off the coast of Malta. On the 30th of September of 1949, the 15-month-long Berlin airlift came to an end. On post, and another event that will become worthy of history, is the Morris Hill Elementary School ribbon-cutting ceremony. Though the school opened on time for the start of the academic year, the opportunity to celebrate didn't come until September 22nd. Several leaders from the school district, Fort Riley, and the Office of Local Defense Community Cooperation spoke about the partnership between the installation, DoD, and Geary County Schools USD 475 that made this new school possible. Though open, there is still another construction phase to complete that will allow the school to eventually enroll as many as 590 students. Colonel Terry Tillis, Deputy Commanding Officer for Maneuver from the 1st Infantry Division, said that this district is the most modern one within the districts that serve the Army and the Department of Defense families. Another notable event returns Saturday, September 30th. That's right, our annual Fall Apple Day Festival is scheduled to start at 9 a.m. and continue until 4 p.m. Last week's podcast covered many of the details. Remember, this is a free event that allows you to get inside Army equipment, watch great shows on the main stage, and meet the soldiers and civilians who serve at Fort Riley. There will also be food and merchandise vendors where you can shop. And of course, it would not be Fall Apple Day without Libby Custer's famous apple pie. You can get a slice or a whole frozen pie to take home. So we hope to see you Saturday. Thank you for listening to Fort Riley, the podcast.
Big red